Hello everybody and welcome back to From the Depths. So today I'm going to be building another aircraft, kind of a new generation if you will. Maybe not a new generation, but it's definitely going to be a progression in the complexity of my aircraft. So this aircraft, it's not going to be a plane, it's going to be a helicopter. So I'm not quite sure how this is going to go. I've never built a proper helicopter before. I have built kind of half helicopters that use the helicopter blades to keep them in the air, but they don't use the helicopter blades to move around like how I'm planning this thing to do. So we're just going to get the basic shape right now. This will do good enough, I think. And let's get the top part now. Alright, let's keep doing that. Get a 2-meter beam here. Another 2-meter. Well, no, 3-meter there. And then we get a 2-meter slope over here. And the square corners. And I think we can just use... oh, nope, we can't. I guess I'll just use these 1-meter blocks. Although it doesn't save on block count, so I really should use the bigger ones, but doesn't matter that much. Okay, so this is the basic shape. I do want this to have a cockpit. It's not going to be very functional. It'll just kind of be there for looks more than anything. So we should get rid of that. And let's get our square triangles. Well, no, square... the corner blocks. The corner blocks. Let's get the corner blocks. Okay. So, like that. Now we get our seat. Alright, where's our seat? It's in the control tab. There it is. And I guess we'll just have the seat because we're not really going to be piloting this thing. So let's get our door now. The doors are in the decorations tab, I think. Yep, doors and hatches. Let's get the metal door. Yep, that'll do. So, right here, this is the center of mass. So here is where we are going to get the helicopter blades. I think I'm gonna do this with spin blocks. So we get a spin block there. Let's get another spin block over here. Just gotta orientate it correctly. And I put that wrong. Maybe like this. Yeah, I think that's about right. Okay. So here, this is where we get our Dedi-blade spinner. So let's lift this up. There we go. And the front's over there. That's fine. We can just flip the vehicle around. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Let's do that for the other sides now. Let's try to get this over here. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, so now we just have to orientate this thing correctly. Oh, never mind. It is orientated correctly, just not relative to this spin block. So it shouldn't matter. So now we need to get our AI. And let's get an AI breadboard. Back to the AI breadboard. So constant. And let's get an altitude. So average altitude above terrain and wave level here. And I think we're going to want this to be 100. Then we get our PID controller. Put this here. Put this here. And then we go to our propulsion. Hover up, down. There we go. We're already going up. Just as intended. So now we can move on to making this thing, move. So first, I think I am actually going to give this a sort of manual control. So from what I'm thinking right now, this thing should theoretically, if I just turn the spin blocks at the top, it should be able to move. Oh, okay, let's go forward. Let's go forward. Yeah, we're flying. We're flying. I mean, very poorly, but we're flying. Oh boy, here's where it all goes wrong. Oh no 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 no. Okay, let's adjust for that. And let's go back. And let's adjust for that. Okay, I've stabilized the yep, I've stabilized the helicopter. I have done it. We are very stable now. Yeah, this is very safe. You just have to accept the chance that you might die. Alright, so moving on. We've had enough fun with manual control now. Let's actually get the AI to figure this out. Let's see if there is steering point info. Yeah, steering point info. Let's get some printers. I want to see what's going on. Alright, so there is a waypoint. We are 100 meters away from it. And the target altitude is 128 meters. That's not unreasonable. Target bearing, though. Yeah, that's a difficult one. So for the target bearing, I think we can get that one out of the way right now. We just add a spinny bit to the back, and we'll have that done and dealt with. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to add a spinny bit to the back here, like that. And then we simply extend it a little bit. Okay, so that's a bit too much weight. So we're actually going to use alloy there, just to, not make this thing fall over. And then we're going to get the Dedi-blade spinners. We probably actually want to put them closer, like here-ish. So these are to your left, and these are to your right. I mean, that's probably okay what the game had already configured them to, but I'm not going to trust the game. So let's get that built. Okay, advanced colors. Sure, Turner preset. And Turner preset. Let's see. Okay, so they're a little bit, they're only a little bit off-center. I mean, let me see. Huh. I don't think they should be, though. Maybe it's just because they weigh a lot. So let's add a bit more weight to the front. See if that fixes the problem. This is going to be a balancing act. Oh, yes, beautiful. We turn so well. PID controller. This is the current one, and we want the constant to be 0, I assume. We want 0 variance in between us and the vehicle we're gonna fight. Alright, so something's definitely happening over here. Okay, so zooming back in here. PID, and then we go to our PID controllers. No, we don't go to those. We go to our propulsion. We use helicopter propulsion here. Yeah, left and right. Okay. So I want real smooth turning here, buddy. You overdid it a little bit. Okay, yeah, you're trying a bit too hard to do that. So let's get a math evaluator. Put you into here. Let's remove that linkage, and let's just say A divided by 90. Just a random number off the top of my head. So this should keep you stable. Alright, let's see. Do you turn?
Moving out.
Hey, he turns. Very slowly, but he turns. So surprisingly, this is actually somewhat stable. I mean, it won't fly forever. It'll eventually fall. But, you know, eventually is a long time from now. So, you know, we can worry about that later. For right now, though, I think this should be used as a way to kind of, well, kind of to like stabilize us from drifting side to side. So we're going to need a new orientation input. So orientation input is already set to roll. Over here, we're going to go to our PID controller. Then we go to our constant. Set this to 0. And then we go to our propulsion. And for our propulsion here, we're going to go for the roll. No, 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 no. What are you doing? What are you doing, buddy? I mean, you're trying. You're trying, I guess. I guess you're trying. You're just trying the wrong way. Okay, so you know what? Let's just say that you are for. Let's say you are for Tetrary. I don't think the AI is going to use that, so our AI breadboard should be able to use it. So Tetrary is in here, right? There we go. So right now things should be 100% chill, and there should be no issues, but there are. Alright, so we're going to divide you by -10, because that seems the way that we're going to have to do this. Yeah, you got it, buddy. Yeah, you've actually got it. You're actually using the helicopter blade like I want you to. You're just overcompensating a little bit, so we're gonna fix that. Let's just set the derivative time to 3 seconds maybe, and lower the gain. So relax a little bit. There we go. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, so for our AI breadboard, I think we are going to need the distance. Alright, so for distance, PID controller, let's get a constant again. Put this to 0. Put that there. This here. Propulsion, wait, no, propulsion output. There we go. Set that there, not for hover up and down, for secondary. Not the intended purpose, but yeah. I mean, yeah, kinda like that. Kinda like that, but not so harsh. go of 0.1. Okay, 0.1. Well, that's just making us go down, so that's not exactly what we want. Okay, so math evaluator, hook this up here, hook this up there. Now we divide by the magic number 90, and I forgot to put the division sign there. And we really want this to be the other way around since we're trying to go forward. Okay, yeah, so it's got that part down. What I'm trying to do is I'm trying to get the AI to kind of tilt the rotor forward so it starts going forward and then tilt it back so that it just starts kind of falling forwards, but it doesn't fall fast enough to cause an issue. But that's going to be difficult. You know what? We got everything but the flying forward parts done, so I'm just gonna skip ahead. Welcome back, everybody. So, I've completed the helicopter, and it only took, well, it didn't take that long, but it took a while. So the stuff on the left over here, this is what we already had before, much of the same thing. It's the stuff on the right here that's the new thing. So for over here, this part down over here, this PID controller sets the helicopter to turn to the target. It uses the back rotors over here. So this part over here, this is to control our roll. So basically what the helicopter does is that it slightly rolls to the right to start circling the enemy. And this part over here, so this is 1,000 because I want the vehicle, the helicopter, to be at around 1,000 meters away from the target. It also checks for if there is a target to begin with. If there isn't a target, then this will just be 0. The output will be 0 and the input will be 0. So the PID won't do anything, and it'll just let the stationary stability PID over here take control and stop this thing from crashing. It only works sometimes, but it's reliable enough. So now we move on to the armaments. So for the armaments, the main part are really these rockets. They're not guided at all. They're basically just a lot of small heat rockets. They're just meant to, overwhelm the enemy and get the occasional lucky hit that does something. Over here we have our missiles. They have prediction guidance just because I want these missiles to be able to hit moving things. That is often beneficial. And then over here we just have a gun for really no reason. We don't need this gun, but it's there. The gun's just here for looks, What would a helicopter gunship be without a gun? So either way, let's move on to testing it. So let's spawn something it can kill. Let's spawn a bison at 2,000 meters away. So you will see that right now it starts to go forward. It's leaning quite a lot, but it's not going to fall over. It doesn't fall over by itself. It will fall over if it gets hit, like at all though. The rotor isn't very well protected, and helicopter, that thing bounced. That shell bounced. Moving on. So, this thing is very easy to shoot down. If you just hit the Dedi-blades, it's gonna fall out of the sky. So, let's hope the bison doesn't hit us, because then we die. Yeah, so that's what happens when we get hit. It's very, very bad. So you can see the helicopter has been destroyed. The AI is gone, so let's just get rid of it. Let's just restart the designer altogether. This time we're going to spawn a couple more helicopters. I think 2 should be able to do the job. And I'm gonna get in this one since I think... Wait, no. I don't want to build on it. I just want to get inside. Alright, so 2 helicopters should be able to take out a bison. Should be able to. I mean, 2 of these helicopters have been reliably able to take out a bison. I did have one of these helicopters once kill a bison by itself, but I think that was just an outlier. Alright, so what should happen in this battle is that one of these helicopters gets destroyed and the other one survives. If we kill the bison fast enough. Which we should be able to do considering we have twice the firepower. Bison's already down to 89% health. It's a good start. And the bison is dead. You know, I think they did a good job. None of them got hit. That's pretty rare, you know, considering they hardly move. And they are moving. These helicopters do move, just very slowly. You can see them moving right here. They are very slow. You know, I don't want to work with very steep angles right now. That could cause a lot of problems with the helicopter just spinning out of control. So let's do one more demonstration. Maybe against a, let's see. Sure, an oxen. I mean, I don't think the oxen has many guns. And definitely not anti-air guns, so we should be fine. So when an enemy is far away from the helicopters, they will, you know, steep further down. That's just a side effect of the breadboard. It's the way I've configured it. So if an enemy is far enough from the helicopter will kill itself. And that's, well, bad. So that's why we preferably want to have them at their desired range of 1,000 meters. Because they won't kill themselves at that range. But then again, they do have a variance of about 1,000 meters without killing themselves, so it's not a hard limit of 1,000 meters away or you die. This helicopter is quite low to the ground. Let's see, is that gonna hit me? No. It missed. Because it can't aim. Yep, can't aim. You know, don't mind those shots that literally went in between this gap. Those weren't close. They'll never be close. Let's see, is it gonna hit? No. Oh, it just... Alright, well. That's one helicopter down. Let's see if the last one makes it out alive. Let's just get rid of it. You know, I really wouldn't want to be a pilot of a helicopter in my own Air Force. That just feels like it'd be a bad idea. Yeah, because that happens. Well, the bison won. The bison will be going home today. Our helicopters, not so much. And I guess we did get rid of the frontal armor, which is something, and we took out an AA gun. I did not know this thing had an AA gun. I'm glad we took that out. Either way, the vehicle, you know, the helicopter, I mean, it works, just not very well. It's essentially just a flying coffin with missiles on it and a gun. Moving on. Hope you enjoyed this video, and the reason I say hope is because there is always hope. There's just no chance. I'm gonna get my revenge now.